Go for it.
All right, here we are. Flat Rock, Michigan, Hurock Park for the Flat Rock Invitational. A wonderful, perfect, sunny 64 degrees and baseball weather coming at you to open the season here in the southern part of Michigan. I am the barrel roller, Matthew Bernard, along with my co-host, Rudy Frias.
That's right, folks. Swamp Fox here at this beautiful park to watch the glorious game of baseball. We have 4 clubs joining us for the Flat Rock Invitational today. Of course, the host club, the Bear Clan Baseball Club of Flat Rock, Michigan, the Independent Baseball Club of Bay City, the Canton Cornshuckers, and those rogues south of the border, the Columbus Capitals.
Never heard of them.
That's right. Action's about to kick off here in match number 1 between the Bear Clan Baseball Club and the Bay City Independent. So let's go to the field and see what's happening.
Barehanded. Oh, 2023 vintage baseball, 19th century baseball, if you want to get more specific about it, is happening right here at Hurock Park in Flat Rock, Michigan. It's Roller to Barrel on location. Giving you the play calls of the Flat Rock Invitational. I'm the barrel roller, Matthew Bernard, along with my cohort, my partner in crime, my muse, Swamp Fox Rudy Frias.
The day is as beautiful as you are.
Damn right it is. It took a while to get up to my level, too, I'll tell you. Weather outlook for today, 64, very partly cloudy. Beautiful baseball. There's going to be so much baseball on this field, you're not going to see any of these dandelions later. We have the lineups in. First match of the day. It's the Independence Baseball Club of Bay City, Michigan, taking on the Bear Clan Baseball Club of Flat Rock, Michigan. Bay City's going to take the field first. Rudy?
Actually, Flat Rock is going to take the field first.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Flat Rock's in the field. Bay City's coming up to play.
Yeah.
Play with their sticks and hit the balls. Here we go. It's baseball. 19th century style. As there's a throwdown second in the warm-ups. We got the first batter up here for the Bay City Independents. It's Twigs. And don't forget, not only are you listening to this on an audio platform of the podcast of the Roller Around the Barrel show, which you can find on Podbean and just about anywhere you can find podcasts, by the way. Lots of great interviews on there. First pitch of the summer, just a bit outside. I'd like to keep a running tally of how many pitches we're going to see today, just out of curiosity. 2.
We're crushing this tally.
3. Bay City in their whites. Their new whites last year was the first season for the whites. They got the black and red socks. They got the red 8-panel. Is that an 8-panel or a 6-panel? Is that a 6? That's a 6-panel.
That's a 6-panel.
6-panel red hat with a white star on top. Is a pop-up into left field. It's going to fall in between the left fielder and the shortstop. As I believe that might be beginning of the season miscommunications.
You're going to see a lot of that in today, folks. Because a lot of these clubs, let's be honest, have not been practicing, so they are coming out cold turkey.
That's going to bring up Kid Garcia for Bay City. As I was saying, the video of this game, we're experimenting with bringing you a video product, and since it's Rudy Frias' responsibility, I already know his work. I've seen it, so you're going to enjoy this, especially if you're in these matches, but it's a good way for the vintage community to get some content. Line drive to the second baseman, caught on the fly, throw over to first for the tag out. I believe he got him.
He definitely looked out. Yeah, Silverback called it.
And Vintage baseball in Michigan is already in midseason form as we're going to question every call. Okay, so
Everyone stopped.
let's stop waiting for it. Let's wait for a verdict.
Hey, this guy looks familiar.
That's going to bring up tick of the Bay City Independence. Will hit ball to right field. That's going to drop in. Right fielder muffs on a hop, but it's not going to matter. He gets the ball into the second baseman, and we got a solid single to right field. Well hit ball.
I mean, all of these shots Bay City has hit, with the exception of the leadoff, have been solid line drives.
Don't get excited, Rudy. It's been 3 batters. What do they say? 2 times is luck, 3 times a coincidence, 4 times a trend. Is that what they say?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. It's 3 strikes.
That's not what I was talking about at all. Silverback up to the dish. Silverback dating an aerobics instructor, I believe. So he looks fit and ready to go. Grounder to third base. Ground out. So he looks better and lost every inch of power he ever had. And that's going to bring the first inning to a close.
We are off and running.
By the way, if you can't take a joke, you probably shouldn't listen to this broadcast.
Oh, man.
No, we actually love Silverback, so
Yeah.
we know that we can play with him a little bit. We will play with everybody, but we love everybody, except that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Well, he knows.
Does he?
He knows. That guy knows.
He'll find out.
Eventually.
So we got 0 for Bay City. Flat Rock's coming up here at Hurock Park. Did you see the bear statue welcome you into the park?
Is that yes, I did see the bear statue.
That's nice.
It was cute.
They got this bridge that the funny thing about this bridge, I'm always amazed how on one side, because there's like a waterfall underneath it, right?
Uh-huh.
So you just, on this side, the water's all perfect and still, but on the other side of the bridge, it's rapids.
Yeah.
And that's where everybody's fishing, and I don't know enough about fishing. I wish I did. Rudy, when I retire, I'm going to take up fishing, and I've never really done it.
I don't fish.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, no.
I'm interested. I've fished off the docks in Key West. Look at me. I'm special. Not Key West. I'm sorry. I was in the Florida Keys.
Oh.
I've been to Key West.
Bermuda?
No, Key.
Jamaica?
Craig Key. No, in the Keys. In the Florida Keys.
Oh, in the Florida Keys.
Yes.
Kokomo.
I've caught a shark, and that was a very scary and exciting.
Wow.
I pulled it up on the dock and everything. It was, it wasn't Jaws like you see in the movie. It was a shark, all muscle, scary. Why do people go in the water? I don't know. That little one, which I don't know, was like 4 feet, could kill me. Why do people go in the water? I would sit on the dock. Here we go. We'll get back to that. Flat Rock's coming up. And that's going to bring up Duke, leadoff hitter for the Bear Clan. There's a well-hit ball into center field. It's going to be a line drive. Center fielder is going to surround it and get it into second base to hold Duke to a single.
This is a freshly mowed field, so that center fielder not only pulled up with the ball, but pulled up with a big old clump of grass. So this is going to be fun today.
Yeah, I did notice when I was walking across the field this morning, getting wet from the dew. I did not think that out very well. Here's Scoots, left-hander for the Bear Clan. There's a one hopper to the second baseman. 2 courts is going to bobble. Throw to first is not going to be in time. It's going to go over the first baseman's head. It's going to over into the large amount of spectators that's here today in Flat Rock.
So many people.
Everyone's going to move up a. Shut up, Rudy. Everyone's gonna move up a base.
They scattered, folks.
So Duke's at third. Scoots is at second. Hammer is up to the plate right now for the Bear Clan. Hammer taking no time and hitting a pop-up to right field. That's going to come down the line, though, so that's trouble. Garcia is going to come over and get it. That's going to bring in 2 runs, and that's a 2-run single for Hammer. It was high, but it was right down the line, and when you have a hitter like Hammer, I'm sorry, Rudy, I'm stepping all over. This is your area to talk.
When you have a hitter like Hammer, You want to be attentive on the base paths because he's going to put the ball in play.
There's a base hit between the shortstop and third base into left field by Tank. That's going to move him up to first and second. Go, Rudy.
Bay City is really, I mean, there's nothing they can do. It's not like they're making error. I mean, there was that one error, but Flat Rock is just placing the ball. I mean, and this is the new Flat Rock player.
This is a new one?
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Well, new guys pop up in the air. That's what they do. So there's a pop up into right field, but it is going to bounce in front of the right fielder. We're going to get bases loaded.
How would you instruct your outfield here? Because clearly the outfield is playing deep, anticipating Flat Rock to smash the ball.
Well, here's the thing. That's what Flat Rock has a reputation of smashing the ball, but they smash line drives. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you've got speed in the outfield, you don't need to play so deep as they've been doing. There's Drifter down the first baseline. That's going to be a foul ball. And everyone's – they're going to allow the runners a free get back.
That's a classy gentleman right there.
And unnecessary. Rules, everyone should have been out.
Wait up. No, Drifter should be out. That was a foul ball caught on the first bounce. Interesting. So they're just –
Is that true?
It was a foul ball.
He caught it on one bounce. That's an out. So Drifter's going to make the first out, and we just lost our privileges in the Drifter Fan Club Association. So, but we kind of like the rules to be played. So base is loaded. Here comes the captain of the Bear Clan. It's Satchel. And Satchel, line drive into center field. That's going to take a couple of bounces before the center fielder. That's going to bring in a run and keep the bases loaded.
Flat Rock is still rolling here.
But it's what I was saying. You got to take chances on coming in a little bit because, like right there, there's Merritt, a shortstop. There's a pickup by the Mr. LaRue. He throws it over to Mr. LaRue. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. It's going to score a run, making the score 4-0.
We've got runners on second and first here.
That's going to bring up Hoover for Flat Rock. Last man in the order. Coming up to the plate in the first inning. There's a pop-up to the catcher. He just before it enters the hands of the catcher, it hits a twig. And saved him. This young man's name is Hoover. He sucks. I don't know. I don't know if he does or not, but his name's Hoover. And you open yourself up to that kind of nonsense as a small pop up to second base, and that's going to be the third out.
You gotta let me set for that
of the inning. That's going to be 4 runs across for the Bear Clan. Anyway, getting back to my point, Rudy. Flat Rock is a really good hitting team, and they do hit the ball hard. But what people think that equates to is burning outfielders, and that's not what Flat Rock does.
Yeah.
Flat Rock hits line drives.
Yeah.
Now, they're not short line drives. They'll gap you, and they can beat an outfielder, but that's few and far between. If you've got outfielders that have above average speed, you got to come in.
Yeah.
You got to knock down some of these line drives, or you're never going to beat them.
It's very good. It's true. You're right. You gotta be willing. I mean, I say, sacrifice an extra base hit, sacrifice a run to try and make, play in, get the outs when you can.
Because you're right, there is no defense. And top of the second, that's going to bring up Tanner and LaRue of the Independents. There is no defense against a team that can just hit hard line drives.
Yep.
You just have to hope to outscore them, and that's really what the strategy comes down to be. But you got to get to some of those. There's a grounder to third. Between the wickets and Tanner, the spry young legs of Tanner LaRue.
He took off out of that box. You see him? Woo. And I think we have another LaRue at the bat here.
Tomcat LaRue at the plate. LaRue's all over the place.
I love the way that they place the ball. Like, they know where they need to hit it.
And there's a pop-up to left field. Directly to the left fielder, right on cue. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Tanner's going to make his way back to first base.
I didn't realize that Graham is rocking the double bandana. One in the front, one in the back.
There's a reason for it. We don't know.
It's a loincloth. Let's just call it a loincloth.
Is
Because
it?
from this angle, it looks like a loincloth.
Wow. Here comes another pitch to the newly crowned captain, or I don't know. He kind of put it like
Appointed?
It's kind of like co-captainish. Mr. Rawl is still. There's a pop up to the left fielder. Will held out in left field, and that's going to be 2 outs with a Tanner returning to first base. That's going to bring up AJ.
Red shoes. If only he was wearing the whites. Do you think he's wearing a different uniform because he hasn't earned the white one yet?
Nope.
Okay. Good answer, barrel roller.
AJ, a young man, I don't know anything about him. He chokes up on the bat, hits a ball over the shortstop's head. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. It's good. Going to move Tanner up to second. AJ to first base, and that's going to bring up 2 courts. And here comes the pitch to 2 courts. And just a bit outside.
So in a 67 Michigan restricted, the base runners are allowed to get as large of a lead as they would like, but must come set when the pitcher delivers the ball.
And yeah, Rudy, we're going to talk because we're going to have a lot of people listening to this that are way more familiar with 64 than 67. 67's kind of the ball hits the batter, bounces away. It's going to count as a muff, and well, it doesn't matter if it's a muff or not. But the runners move up.
Yeah, and that's completely strategic. You don't get out of the way when you're the hitter. When you're the striker, you let that ball hit you to allow your guys to advance.
But most vintage baseball across the board is 64.
Yep.
And 67 is kind of a niche community here in the Midwest. There's a grounder to shortstop. Shortstop's up with it. Nice throw over to first base. Hell of a play by the shortstop. Can we say hell?
You can't say hell.
2 courts is out on the fine play by the shortstop, and that's going to be a whitewash for the gentleman from Bay City, Michigan again. And Flat Rock's going to come up in the bottom of the second at the top of their lineup. But, Rudy, what I'm saying is throughout the day, if we can differentiate what's the differences between 64 and 67, most of the country isn't used to the 67. This is when fly starts catching it on the air instead of a hop everywhere. This is where they started changing baseball into making it more of a skill-based entertainment instead of kind of fun. So, as men tend to do. So, and we got Silverback. First pitch is a grounder to third base. Third base throws over an attempted one-handed catch at first base by Mr. Graley. It's going to get past him, allowing the runner, Duke, to make his second.
And you're going to see that a lot today. You're going to see a lot more offense and a lot less defense. Like, guys are still trying to figure it out, get those throws across the field, get those hands used to the ball.
And there's an interesting thing. So the pitch is actually here, scoots for Flat Rock, and there's a line drive into the right center field gap. Twiggs is going to get over there. He's got closing speed, but that's not going to prevent the run from scoring. And Scoots is going to get in. What we just saw, though, before that, the pitch before that was a pitch that was actually behind Scoots. He's a left-handed batter. Mm-hmm. And he caught it. And the guys on his team are like, what are you doing? Leave that.
Yeah. Because
that was not going to be by the catcher. There's a pop-up into left field by Hammer. Oh, that's going to be dropped by AJ out there in left field. So everybody's going to get their next base. Scoots at second, Hammer at first.
That's what we're talking about. He's rubbing those hands. Guarantee. That ball is hit a mile in the air. He had so much time to settle underneath it and think about it. Poor kid.
Bay City Independence usually has one of the best left fielders in vintage baseball tending to the outfield, Mr. Jeremy Stedry. Schoolboy, but he is not here today. There's a pop-up into the shortstop area. Taylor LaRue is going to gather that in with his hands.
Bare hands.
He did it. First down, that was Tank for Bear Clan, so that's first down of the inning. First and second, here comes Dozer. From what I understand from my sources, a new player for the Bear Clan. Rudy, you were my source on that. Pop up to third base. Tomcat surrounds, and that's in foul territory, so he did not make the play that's going to hit the ground.
I think they called it. Did they call it hit the tree?
Did it hit in fair or foul? And what's the rule on that today? We don't know. We weren't in the meeting.
Yeah, they don't keep us informed.
There is a high fly ball in the center field. Twigs is going to be burned, and he falls down. AJ is going to get up. He's going to throw that in. You see the Flat Rock guys jogging around the bases. That's actually top speed for those guys.
That's not a jog. That's not a jog. Hammer was in fourth gear. He was gone.
Flat Rock, no further power, not their speed. But when you hit it that far, does it matter?
They are not a finesse ball club.
Doesn't matter. That's 2 runs in for the inning. We got second and third. We got Drifter up here with a short pop up to second base. 2 Courts comes running in, sliding, front legs in the front slide to gather that in.
2 Courts had a look of desperation on his face as he went down. Wonder if he was concerned if he'd pop back up.
When you get to a certain age and you realize you have to go to the ground, it's not desperation. And there's a well-hit ball into left field. Satchel for the Bear Clan is going to hit to the left fielder. That's going to bring in 1 as a station-to-station clan. You don't want to pull a hammy this early in the season.
Normally you could say, like, oh, they wanted runners on the corner so Satchel can steal second easily, but
Satchel, I tell you what, I have to say this. Satchel, always at the bottom of the order of Bear Clan, underrated as a hitter.
Oh, my gosh.
Completely underrated as a hitter. He could absolutely, there's a grounder by Mayer to third base. Third baseman's going to get it up with the throw to second. It's going to pull the second baseman off the bag. Everybody's going to be safe. That's going to score another run for the Bear Clan.
No, last year I was playing center field. Satchel, first inning, hits a ball. I heard it coming out to me. I caught it because if I didn't, it was going to go right through me. But it hummed on its way out to me. Sneaky power.
There's a ball hit back to over the catcher's head. So yeah, Satchel was actually third place in the first Mightiest Striker contest we ever did.
Oh, yeah.
In Frankenmuth. He rushed one to center field.
Rushed.
But no, so good at hitting is Satchel.
Yeah.
And I don't pay enough attention to his defense to actually have a comment on it because he's always at second base, it seems like. There's a pop-up to the shortstop. That's not going to get dropped, and that's an out.
With his hands for the third out of the inning.
Barehanded! And that was Hoover for Flat Rock. So 2 innings in a row now. Flat Rock has put a 4 spot up on Bay City, went through the entire lineup, and they'll start the next inning at the top of the lineup. Bay City is going to show up here at the top of the third with train Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson, more famous for being Jamie Johnson's little brother. So,
Jamie Johnson has a little brother?
There he is. He's the train. As I believe we're waiting for somebody. Is it
a foul pole? They fixed a foul pole, it looks like.
Oh, they do have a foul pole. Is that Ian Frias in left?
That is not. I thought the same thing. That is not.
Boy, it's. So here's Adam. He's got a nice red and wood bat, and he chokes up a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of choking up on the bat.
And there's a pop up to the first baseman. Drifter's going to go over there and get that. I believe Adam Johnson threw his bat down in disgust. That's a 25-cent fine.
Fine him.
I just did.
Okay. Who's collecting?
And that's going to bring a Palomino.
Hey, he looks familiar.
Nah, couldn't be.
I don't know. It's just something about his face.
Didn't he recently get engaged or married or something?
Married. February. He's a newly married man.
Too bad. Sorry about that. Marriage. Overrated. Love you, honey. You're not listening. There's a pop-up to the shortstop, and it's called by the shortstop. It's collected by the shortstop. Bare hands!
That's 2 outs to start off the inning here. Bay City really needs to get something going.
This is no way to beat Flat Rock.
Otherwise, they're going to see us today.
Nice. Columbus, Bay City, second round of the Flat Rock Invitational, the match nobody cares about. Twigs, leadoff hitter for the Bay City Independents. Just like Rudy said, there's some choke up on that bat, too. We're seeing that. There's a pop-up to the pitcher. Well held. How'd he catch it, Rudy?
With his hands.
Barehanded!
I'm sorry, that tagline and slogan was last season. My bad.
With his hands. Oh, we can do whatever we want. We're in complete control here. We're going to the bottom of the third. It is 8-0 in favor of the Bear Clan of Flat Rock, Michigan. Now, let me ask you this. As a captain of a vintage baseball club, I want you to put yourself in position of where Bay City's at right now after just 2.5 innings. You've seen Flat Rock. They know Flat Rock, okay? So It's not like it's a new club. Are you making an adjustment of what right now?
Everything. I'm panicking. I'm going to yell at some people. No, we just got to wait them out. That's all you got to do, especially at this early in the season. You wait out. You've seen 2 innings of them hitting. You know where they're going to hit. You know what to expect. Just got to make those plays.
I must have made a mistake in the lineup somewhere. Oh, no, this is Duke. This is
Duke.
This is Duke.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Back to the top. Bay City, there's a fly ball down the left field line. That's going to burn the left fielder. We're running. Time it with the calendar. He's going to get to second. Ball's going to get in at actually a pretty decent pace. So that's going to be a leadoff double for Duke on the best hit ball of the day.
Absolutely. Ripped right down the line. Palomino, though, was just moving upon contact, so he was able to track that down.
Scoots and Boogie. Scoots is up. Left-hander. Well hit ball to right field, but right to the right fielder. It's going to be, but it's going to come up a little short. Getting to him, it was like an in-between hopper, first and third.
It's that you're getting your eyes. You're getting your eyes out there as an outfielder. You're trying to track the ball effectively enough to where you're going to catch it, and Kid just kind of misjudged that one.
Yeah, it's just that one, just needed one step.
Uh-huh.
It did look like it was dying, though, at the end, like it really was coming down with some English on it. There's a hit into right center field by Hammer. Garcia's going to get over, knock it down, throw it into the infield. Everybody's just going to move up base as Duke scores for the 3rd time today. Offensively, Bay City needs to start putting the ball on the ground. They definitely have a speed advantage.
Yeah.
When you have larger, no offense, I'm a larger man, but when the defense is beefy, you got to and you're fast, there's a popper to the second baseman. Adam Johnson is going to knock it down. He's going to throw over to third base because he muffed, and that's going to be a force play at third base.
The beautiful thing about that play is you saw Silverback trying to move him into position, and the ball was almost hit exactly where Silverback placed him.
2 points for Silverback. He can redeem those points at any Buc-ee's gas station in the South that he wants. That's going to bring up Dozer. But when you have a beefy team, you've got to make them make plays on defense when you're the fast team. You got to hit in the ground. They're helping them out by hitting a lot of pop-ups.
Make them bend.
Dozer, bending's not fun. Right center field pop-up. Center fielder's going to dive just out of his reach, and that's going to station to station, everybody up to the bases loaded.
That effort from the center fielder is the type of effort you see in like July, not like first game in May. Good for him.
But he also catches that in July because he did take some steps that slowed him down before he got there. So
yeah.
Drifters up, bases loaded. That's a long fly ball down the right field line, but it's going to be foul. It's going to go up the hill. Drifter having a tough day at the plate so far. That won't last, obviously. Ball comes back into Silverback. Barely a wind. There's a little bit of cloud cover in the sky, but you can see the blues. I recently learned science, teaching me how come the sky is blue and how come the sun looks yellow when it's actually white.
Yep.
It's science is great. You know why? Because it's the truth.
I love it.
And Drifter pounds it into the ground to first base. First baseman's going to get up with it, go over and tag the bag. That is going to score a run. Hammer comes home. Everybody else is going to move up a base.
So we got runners at second and third with Satchel up. He's looking at that left center gap over there.
And there's a pop-up to the second baseman. Adam Johnson collects. No. It's going to bounce off his hands. He's going to get the ball into home to prevent more runs from scoring. But that did bring somebody
Across the plate.
You were on it today, Rudy, I tell you.
Did you? Thank you.
Mayer is up. See, Mayer is a hitter who uses his speed. You will not see a pop-up here. Oh.
You can see...
that's a line drive down third base line, just foul.
You can see Hammer getting a little frustrated with Satchel. He's like, why aren't you running? He wants him to take second. Oh, yeah, you're good. We can see.
You're fine. Oh. And there's a stolen base attempt with no throw by Satchel down to second.
Oh.
And there's a line drive over the third baseman's head is going to go into left field. That's going to move everybody up a base. Mayer's going to take his first. Mayer has turned into – Dozer's going to score on that. Yep. Mayer's turned into a much better hitter in his later years now that he's 30.
30. Gosh, he's so old.
That brings up Hoover. There's a pop-up. New player. I would say new player pop up to the pitcher, but I was popping it up to the pitcher my entire career.
Yeah, right?
Old player does it too.
Stay tuned.
So same verse, same song, new verse, same as what? Look, Flat Rock just scored 4 and everybody batted in the lineup. This has happened. This is the same thing that's happened.
Deja vu all over again.
Yeah, twice or whatever. We're going to be going to the top of the fourth here. Rudy, what is the rule for gameplay today? Are we going full 9s or we got a time limit?
We are going 90 minutes or a full 9-inning match. So whatever comes first.
How's our battery looking?
Our battery is looking, well, let's see, because you have a newer one, and my battery's a little older. Doing good. And got looks like about 75% still.
Sweet. Thanks to Bay City for shortening the game. It's not going to last, kids. Okay? They know it. I know it. Rudy knows it.
Yeah, they're just going to get frustrated and take it out on us.
They can.
Yeah, they will.
That's all right.
Yeah. Kid Garcia.
Kid Garcia is going to come up here and hit a line drive somewhere. So there's something you can count on is every other at bat, you know you're getting a line drive. You're going to get line drives any other time too. But he's just a hitting machine.
He was the very first Bay City independent I ever saw strike the ball.
There's a line drive into left field. See, that's how you do that, Rudy. Yeah. You predict things, and then they come true.
Yeah.
You're doing it backwards.
No, watch. Watch Tick Grayley right here.
So Kid Garcia makes his first. Here comes Tick Grayley.
Like his name. That he gets it because he hits a multiple foul ticks. He's going to hit the ball down the right field line. Oh, Kid Garcia thinking about taking second on that muff behind the plate.
And there's another take. Not as many pitches being taken here today as I make fun about. There's a grounder to shortstop. Shortstop's going to get up with it, make a little bit of a muff, throw to first still.
Oh.
And he was there without the drop. He still would have been there. So
it was a heck of a throw, though.
It was. You got Kid at second. You got Tick at first. That's going to bring up the Silverback.
I hope he doesn't swing angry.
He didn't do his. He does swing angry.
Yeah,
but he's not in that mode right now.
Yeah, it's too early.
He doesn't. He does that big gorilla kind of breathing exercise when he's angry.
Oh yeah.
And he did not do it. So this is going to be a lazy fly ball to left field.
He's going to be a line drive up to center field.
Let's not start this.
This is
We don't. This is a bad path. There's a long fly ball to right field, camped under and caught. That's going to move Mr. Garcia up to third base. It's going to be the first out of the inning.
Bay City is in an advantageous position here with runners on the corners and Mr. LaRue at the plate. Let's see if he'll take a couple of pitches to move Tick over to second.
Definitely. Nobody plays the points better than the LaRues, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
There's a throw down to second. They're going to get him. There's a slide into second. Kid Garcia is going to score on that. And I believe, are they saying safe?
They're saying safe.
And now they've asked for judgment.
And the umpire said out. It was tough because the tag was high, and the slide was ugly. So, see.
The slide was a normal feet first slide into second base. Nothing wrong with the slide, Rudy. And there's a pop up into center field. Center fielder's got to come in and do a barrel roll, trademark, you owe me. And the mayor makes a fine play out in center field. And that's going to record the out on Tanner. Now, what'd you see out of Tanner LaRue? What'd you just see out of Tanner LaRue after Mayor made that catch? Tanner
threw his hat, and then he flipped him the double bird.
No, that is not what happened.
Yeah.
Tanner LaRue ran out to center field to congratulate the mayor on a fine catch.
We didn't get a mic out there. We don't know what was said.
Hey, we got video. So I don't think Tanner LaRue's given anybody the double bird in his life. That'll be an interesting question. I don't think I've given anyone the double bird because I have enough confidence in my single bird action.
Your single bird
I don't
is strong
need to
enough.
double it up. Bay City is going to come across with a run in that inning as we come to the bottom of the fourth. Look, Flat Rock starting with the leadoff hitter. And a couple of low ones right there from the old bag of tricks of Silverback. There's a good one right over the third baseman's head.
And you know what? Tomcat played the odds there. He's like, look, first game, I'm not putting my hand. No, I'm not putting my hand up there. No way. He's like,
It was definitely a decision that had to be made on that.
He did a cost-benefit analysis.
10 years ago, Tom LaRue makes that play.
Yeah.
This year, Tom LaRue's playing next inning.
Yeah. He's like, look, I got things to do today.
As Scoots comes up, left-hander for the Bear Clan. And there's a high fly ball to right field. Plenty of time to camp underneath it and think about it and catch it. Throw going to come back in, and that's going to be the first out. Bringing up Hammer. It's hammer time. I'm hilarious.
Hey, you can't touch that.
Oh.
Ooh, that one's going to get by.
I didn't know if you were going to say anything, but I thought you were just going to give up on that, but I guess you're just too legit to quit.
You know, as I say, barrel roller all the time, we've got to pray.
You know what?
Pray.
I do not enjoy the entire catalog of the Hammer, so I can't continue with this.
Really?
I can tell you that he did an Addams Family song, but I don't know the name.
But then he went. Adam's Family Values was the name of the song.
That was the movie. What was the name of the song?
Adam's Family Values.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Adam's Family.
You've gone too far.
But then he got hardcore and did Pumps in the Bump.
Oh, Pumps in a Bump. I remember that. Grounder by Hammer to the third baseman. It's going to get by him to short. Short's going to throw over to second for the force. It's going to be a little bit late.
And Hammer's going to move his Pumps in the Bump down the first baseline.
Pumps in a Bump. Pumps in a Bump.
Give me the girls with the pumps in the bump. Oh, we've lost so many people. Tank
is up here for the Bear Clan. You got to have a lot of people to lose them, Rudy. There's a softball pitch by the Silverback. There's a line drive into left field. AJ's got to come way in, playing way deep. And Duke's going to save his hamstring at third base and stay there, station to station, as they do.
They got commanding lead. You don't want to do something stupid. Yet.
Dozer here. Base is loaded, 1-0.
I'm just going to say it right now. This may be controversial, Barrel Roller. Dozer is a completely sham nickname. That guy just showed up today.
It's a bunch of bull. It's a pop-up to the catcher. New player at bats. Pop up to the catcher. Graham Parker manning the catching position for the Bay City Independents. If you go back in the Roller Out the Barrel archives, we just released an episode with Graham Parker, and he talks about the catching position and his and there's Drifter on a well-hit ball in the center field. Everybody's going to move up a base.
Yeah, second nerdiest guy in vintage baseball, Graham Parker.
I don't know, when you lose, that doesn't make you second. You go to the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
So Drifter gets off the schneid with a single into center field.
Bringing up Satchel with the bases loaded here.
And there's a hit to shortstop. Shortstop's going to take it over to third for the force. That's going to get Tank as the third out, which is going to mean Dozer is going to lead off next inning. And Bay City holds Flat Rock to 1. And so after 4 innings, it is the Bear Clan of Flat Rock 13, the Independents of Bay City, Michigan 1.
Just changing out some battery here on my on this one.
Boy, that one didn't last very long.
Well, this is a much older camera.
We got to update our equipment. We haven't even started yet. We got to update our equipment.
Yeah, right. Well,
that's all right. All the money that'll come rushing in from all this high quality action that we're giving. Wait, we're not getting any money. Damn it.
What?
Tomcat LaRue leading off for the Bay City Independents.
We're not getting money. What?
I know. Well, it's just pride. Left field, fly ball. It's a fine sliding play by the left field. Now, every single fielder, left field, center field, right field, has all made a sliding play for an out.
Do you think they planned that ahead of time? Like, listen, guys, or do you think it's a matter of one-upsmanship?
I think it's I don't have an answer. I think it's both. Here's Moonlight Graham. But the effort's being put in on the defense. There's a softballer that he axes down to the shortstop. Throw over to first from Scoots. And Mr. Parker's going to make his first throw. Is just a bit. It's a fine throw. I don't know much about Scoots' defense, but what I've seen today, that guy can play.
That guy, he's got some lateral movement, and you know what? He has an arm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to bring up AJ, who's choking up even more on the bat. In fact, his hands are almost on the barrel as he lightly taps it to short. There's going to be a throw into right field right on time for Scoots to make an error as we pump him up. Way to go.
Yeah, way to call that one.
So,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm
So,
still
Moonlight's on his second, AJ's on his first.
I'm still recovering from the batter. He had choked up halfway up the bat. I've never seen that. Maybe we get him maybe the Bay City bats are too heavy.
Here comes 2 quarts.
It's interesting. Bay City's not being very aggressive on the base paths with their leads. No one's holding them on. Pitcher's not really even paying much attention to Mr. Graham. Oh, there he goes. Oh, no.
No.
Oh. Uh-oh. He already took off.
Now things are bad. Bad things are happening. And there's an out at third base. Rudy, you want to explain what happened on that?
AJ took off thinking that Mr. Parker had taken off and ran him straight to third base, forcing him out on the tag at third. And AJ is standing at second. He realizes his mistake.
This is how you learn.
You're going to see a lot of mental errors today, folks.
Well, in life, too. So
That's very deep.
What happens is you go through your life and you make a lot of mistakes, and that's how you learn, and then that's how you acquire wisdom, swing and a miss by 2 quarts. So when you're parenting your kids later on in life and they're like, yeah, you don't know, you're not going to. Yeah, I do, because I did a lot of dumb stuff, and this is how you learn things.
There you go. So what? You're like a Yoda.
It's not, you see, it's not with age comes wisdom. It's with mistakes comes wisdom. And there's a line drive in the left field by 2 quarts.
Is he going to go? He's going to. Oh.
He is not going to go. The left fielder was wanting him to, actually, I think. As he came up in the firing mode, that didn't happen. First and third for the Independents, as that brings up Little Train. That's not what a train train sounds like. That's a truck. That's a truck horn. I drive a truck. Rudy, can you give a train?
Choo choo.
It was awful and much better than what I did at the same time. And there's 2 quarts going down to second. This isn't going to work out.
And he's out. Bay City is trying. They're trying to get stuff going. They're trying to generate some runs, trying to generate some offense. It's just not working out for them.
So that means Train is going to be the one who leads off the next inning. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, Flat Rock should be leading off with Dozer. At the end of every TV show, there's like a little, this is the production company screen, and Bill Lawrence's is Dozer, and it's always his baby is like, ahoo.
Yeah.
That's actually audio of his kid.
Yeah.
Who's now like a famous pop star, or not quite famous, but somewhat famous.
Really?
Yeah. I know all kinds of dumb stuff. Just ask me. Here's Dozer leading it off for the Bear Clan. Bottom of the 5th, 13-1 here in Flat Rock, Michigan.
It's important that Bay City realize that they can't give up. They got to keep it going.
There's a pop-up to the catcher. Graham's going to go back.
I saw my life flash before my eyes there. Did you see that? That thing almost hit me.
It was a foul ball. It wasn't even close to you.
Oh, my gosh. I could see it.
You could have clotheslined Graham. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have been good.
And Dozer's going to line drive in the left field on a couple of hops to the left fielder, and Dozer's got to feel good about that swing right there.
I mean, if that's your type of thing, but whatever.
You don't get on base with line drives.
Drifter at the plate. Wonder if he's okay sporting a knee brace on the outside of the uniform.
Oh, hitting to the ground of the first baseman. There's going to be a force at first. There's going to be a throw to second. It's not going to be in time. Keeping the runner honest, I think, is all that was being done by Mr. Grayley on that play.
Yeah, just making sure he wasn't going to try and round second. But I don't think Dozer has that in his repertoire.
Flat Rock doesn't have that in their repertoire except a couple of guys.
Touche.
Satchel. Satchel's up to the plate. Touche. Well, sorry.
Let me just.
Which reminds me, shout out to our 3 listeners in France. who love the interviews
Yeah.
don't care about this, and so they won't be listening.
Yeah.
Satchel, grounder to the shortstop. Shortstop's up with the throw to first base. It's going to be in time, and then you're going to get Dozer making his third. It's going to bring up the mayor. The mayor's going to get a nice little single here to bring in the run because he plays within his means.
He's not flashing.
Dang it, I'm predicting again.
No,
I don't want to
go.
predict.
No, watch. This is gonna. You just predicted it. He's gonna hit a four.
I don't feel good making predictions.
There it is.
There's a single in the left field. Mayor's going to bring in that run. Just a little tappy. Just a little tappy to bring the run home.
You're gonna have a great defense out there. You can't do anything with it if they're not hitting you the ball.
Hoover. Coming up, Hoover's having a rough day. From what I understand, there's a muff by the catcher, and there's your speed on Flat Rock right there. You just saw it.
Yep.
I don't know if Hoover has any speed. He hasn't gotten on any base yet. So we'll see. Looking to get off the schneid pop-up. That's not how you do that. And that's going to be a foul ball.
And he
Caught on a bound by the catcher?
He'll still be okay because it hit the tree.
No.
He needed to get it out of the air because the tree in 1867 fly game in the Midwest, the tree counts as the ground.
Also in 1867, trees snatched your souls. There's a pop-up to the left fielder. He's going to come in aggressively to take it on a bounce and throw somewhere, but the run does not score. Mayor's going to stay as third. Hoover's going to make his second.
I think Mr. Parker took that in the Grams.
Oh, the Teddy Grams.
Didn't we talk about this?
Right, the Teddy Grams. Cup check.
Cup check.
Cup check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
It's coming up to the top of the lineup for the Bear Clan. Duke.
He's been having a really difficult day as well today.
Oh, in which way? As there's a ball that gets by the catcher. And
more of like an existential crisis.
It's not going to move up any runners. It's just going to hurt his feelings.
He's really questioning, like, you know.
Going 4 for 4, scoring 4 times, setting the pace for his club.
I was going to say, like, his place in the universe and, you know, things
I
like
question that all the time.
Yeah, so.
It's crazy.
It's going to be translated.
They just found a new ocean on a moon.
Think about that.
It's crazy.
And you know, there's a seaweed blob the size of the United States washing up on Florida right now.
Yeah, and it stinks.
Yeah.
Grounder to the shortstop. Third baseman's going to get in front of it. Mr. Rue's going to throw to first. There's going to be a muff over at first base. The run's going to score. Hoover's thinking about it. He stopped thinking. Mayor's going to score. Hoover makes his third. Duke's going to make his first. The ocean water, right now, the top layer of the ocean water is the warmest it's ever been in recorded history right now. And they've never seen it this warm when an El Nino's forming. So they're anticipating as the ball gets by the catcher into the pavilion. Oh, no. Graham's going to go in there, retrieve the ball, a run scores. He's having a hot dog and a Coke because he's already there.
I want to give a big shout out to Graham if you ever listen to this. Thanks for stepping over our power cord and not tripping on it. Good job.
Yes, because generally it's just non-paying attention families that trip on our cords.
Yeah.
So thanks. 3 runs in this inning for Flat Rock, and there's scoots right to the right fielder. Well held out there by Mr. Garcia. And that's going to be the third out. Hammer will lead off the next inning for Flat Rock, as Rudy Frias is going in for a battery change. Because we do have the video of this match that will be available on the YouTubes. And so here's what we want to do. We want to bring vintage baseball to the masses. A lot of you already do things like this, so it's not like we're doing something special. But we want to, make a product for your club that you can show people and say, hey, as a recruiting tool, this is what it looks like. Also, Rudy's going to be formatting this in a certain way to where we can put up a lot of information on the screen besides just the score and stuff like that, as Adam Johnson's going to make his way up here to the plate to lead off for Bay City in the top of the 6th. And we hope that video format is helpful to the vintage baseball community, because let's face it, this podcast, our videos, everything that we do, and there's a pop-up by Adam Johnson straight back to the catcher. He's going to hold it. Barehanded! First out of the inning. And so we have to change out all of our batteries because they do not make it all the way through a match. And then we will plug in the dock and charge those suckers. Here comes Tick. And there's a pop-up down the third baseline. Oh, it's going to make it to the outfield. It's going to fall in for a hit. The left fielder did make a fantastic play to catch that on a bound if it were going to be foul, because it was right on the line. So if that would have been ruled foul, that would have been an out on a fantastic play. But instead, it goes down as a single for Tick, and everybody's going to forget about that fine play that just happened. Or not Tick, I'm sorry. His son. Palomino. So Palomino with the hit down the left field line. He's going to get into second on that hit, and that's going to take it back up to the top of the lineup for Twigs. Yes, Tick is the father of Palomino. Let me get this straight. You get that straight? There's a high pitch right there. We were actually given a preview, and we're not going to give you any details because it's not our place, but we did see a preview of a new Flat Rock uniform.
Oh, it looks glorious.
They will be unveiling at Gettysburg. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but we're not giving you any details. High fly pop-up into the left field. That's going to get down for a single for Twigs. Twigs is going to try to get that second, and he does. And there's some legs on Bay City right there. Double for Twigs. Palomino's going to stay at third. Way to go, Pony Boy.
Is that what that means?
I don't know. Isn't a Palomino a horse?
I confused it with Italian water.
What?
Isn't that like a Pellegrino? Palomino? I don't know.
Kid Garcia up to the plate. You could be right, because I'll tell you what, Italian water is not one of my expert areas. And there's a foul tick back to the pitcher or catcher, but it's going to be muff, so Mr. Garcia stays alive. As here we go. Nice high short pitch. It's one of those pitches that you really shouldn't swing at, but because it takes so long to get there, you really think about it. And the next pitch is a much harder thrown. So changing of the speeds by the pitcher of the Bear Clan, which is very important in a game of 67. Changing the speeds of the pitches, because if they're sitting on the speed, that makes it even...
Yeah, and it also, it's very important when you're calling balls and strikes. But if you're not...
Mr. Garcia hits it to second base. That's corralled by the second baseman. Throw over to first base for the out. It's going to score Pony Boy.
Stay golden.
It's going to move Twigs over to third. And that's going to bring up Tick.
Bay City's getting on the board, finally. Getting something going.
Two outs for Bay City, and there's a foul ball.
Tick is going to tick it.
Just so you know, we don't yell at our fans. Sir, so we never yell at our fans. I apologize.
He can yell at his dad, though.
Oh.
As Dozer had to make his way down first baseline to try to make a play, and his father got in the way. So good job on that. Tick is going to tick, and Dozer is going to doze. And so that pitch is not going to happen.
I believe I called both of those swings there.
And we're going to go right here again. There's a high fly ball into short left center field. It's going to be placed in there. Twiggs is going to score.
Bay City getting some offense going as Silverback steps to the plate here. There's still some time left in this match.
Silverback's going to hit it up on the hill in right center field.
We are at the hour mark currently in the time limit, and we have 30 minutes left in this match.
Oh, you just can't. You can't.
He did.
You cannot lay off the softball pitch. It's just too tantalizing.
He swung so early that ball was almost in the water on the foul side. Wow.
That woman was pregnant before the sex even happened. That's how early that was.
I'm glad they can't hear us.
Who's that?
Anybody.
Okay.
Are these mics
Silverback's
plugged in?
We don't have bosses.
Tick Grayly taking a very conservative lead over there at first.
Silverback down third baseline is going to be a base hit in the left field. It's going to die on the grass a little bit. Scoots is going to run out there and get it from the shortstop position. Tick's going to move up station to second.
Because it is a beautiful day out here, ladies and gentlemen, but the ground is very, very soft. So balls are going to die out there.
7 dandelions died defending the third base line on that hit.
Rest in power, Kings. They trying to pull a hidden ball trick on Tick. He got the children are frolicking in the field.
Oh, children, they frolic. That's what they do.
Oh, we got a brother picking up a sister situation.
Frolic.
I mean, only a jerk would hit it out the center field, and that brings up Mr. LaRue. So,
Mr. LaRue is no jerk. He'll be going down the right field line. As we still had children on the field. Nope.
it's at the left center field.
It's at the left center, picked up by one hop by the left fielder, and that's going to load the bases.
I like this narrative that I'm trying to create of him being an unreasonable, competitive guy.
No one will believe you.
I know,
that's how you get enemies. He hit it to left center field, but the two kids are way deep in left center field. He wasn't anywhere near them.
Tomcat at the dish.
Bases loaded for the elder statesman of Bay City, Tomcat LaRue. It's going to be a bouncer to short. Short's going to throw over to third to get the Silverback. For the third down of the inning, there's, which means Tana LaRue is going to lead off the next inning. If you go by proper vintage lineup rules, some of you don't know those. Learn them. 2 runs in for the Bay City Independents. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Bay City 3, Flat Rock 16.
Still, like I said, a lot of match left in this game. So that the Bay City needed that inning. They needed to know they could put runs on the board.
That's very diplomatic of you. Bay City knows they can put runs on the board.
Do they?
That's
Do
not
they?
what they needed.
Do they know
they
that?
They didn't need 2. They needed 10.
They need no. Rome wasn't built in a day, sir.
Hammer hits it to the shoe of Tick. There's going to be a race to first base. Tick's going to make that.
Don't rub it. That looked like that hurt a lot.
No, rub it. Barefoot. Barefooted. 1 out. That brings up Tank. Tank, I believe, is the fine hurler today for the Bear Clan. Has been doing a fine job out there on the flat grass with the white stripe on it. There's a car rush to the left fielder who was playing deep.
Oh,
Playing deep. AJ makes the catch.
he needed that catch. He needed that confidence boost. That was a rocket hit out to him.
He's a rocket man. Rocket man. Burning up out here alone.
That was a nice William Shatner.
I don't talk that way. That's going to bring up the dozer. Left field, line drive. Well done hit right there by the dozer. Hard hit ball right to the left fielder, but on many hops and bounces and groundings. Many relationships with the ground on the way to the left fielder. Here comes the drifter. It's interesting to note that we're in the 6th inning and Drifter's still on the team. There's a fly ball into center field as a muff by the center fielder. Twigs is going to make that muff, and everyone's going to move up station to station.
They said he's in a good spot right now defensively. 2 outs here.
2 outs, second and first. Satchel's up. Unfortunately, you got Satchel up, the most underrated hitter in vintage baseball in Michigan. Swing and a miss.
Our prognostication is second to
Hey,
none.
that bat's not over. It's just part. It's part of the story. Now, Silverback is upping the intensity of the tempo on the ball to Satchel because he knows things. Okay, he knows things. And he's not going to give him a great pitch.
No, yeah, he doesn't want that.
So he's really trying to put something on it, but Satchel got around on that one. That went just foul down. So there's a high fly ball in the left field. They were playing really deep on Satchel. He did not disappoint. He goes all the way out to the left fielder, but the left fielder is going to muff that. We're going to get a play at the plate here. Dozer's going to be out at the plate, as Drifter forced him to try to run. Dozer's like, what are you talking about? Run.
a lot of mental baseball happening here. Once Drifter gets going, you can't make him stop.
It comes with age. Drifter's going to lead off. He also wanted to lead off next inning as well. So they talk about what went wrong on that play. I'll tell you what went wrong on that play is Dozer likes chili dogs as much as I do.
A man that size, I'm not going to speculate.
That's the first whitewash of the day from the gentlemen of Bay City, keeping the score 16-3, going to the top of the 7th. Lead off Mr. LaRue, Tanner LaRue, of the LaRues, the world-famous LaRues.
Yeah.
And there's a line drive in the left field. Base hit right to the left fielder.
Bay City picking up right where they left off. They're gonna try and get some more runs in.
They left off with the third out of the inning,
They're
Rudy.
gonna have to
Tomcat is up.
build on that defensive success. Get some guys on base. That's what's important.
Usually what happens is when one LaRue gets on base, the other one does too. It's crazy. As there's a pitch to Tomcat, he's going to hit it in the left center field. That's going to be held by the left fielder. Barehanded!
With his hands, he caught that. And they're going to hold the other LaRue to first base.
Yeah, so that came true.
There you go.
Not at all. Moonlight up to the plate now. Now wearing 7 handkerchiefs. So this is weird. He's like a gypsy.
I think he's eventually going to have a kilt, a skirt.
Gypsy Parker.
There we go.
Can we get a kilt made out of the bandana pattern, the Paisley bandana pattern?
I bet they can.
God, I want one now.
Yeah.
I will not think of anything else ever.
We got to get you one.
I need one. I recently found out I'm Irish. Does that count? I don't know. Bounder into the ground to the pitcher. Pitcher's going to turn, almost tear an ACL, throw to first base.
It looks like he tore his gluteus maximus.
He should not have tried that maneuver. That is for sure.
He grabbed that left cheek with everything he has. He's suffering right there. That was not a good throw for him.
Oh no, when you walk with your chest out like that, that's not a good feeling. There's something going on. Don't rub it. Don't rub it.
Like, it's getting almost obscene. It's like he's trying to pick out a wedgie.
First and second for Bay City. Now everybody should be hitting grounders to the pitcher. That's going to bring up young AJ, who is now choked up to the end of the barrel of the bat and is actually hitting backwards with the bat. And there's a hit to the shortstop.
Oh.
Well held by Scoots. Mr. LaRue is going to get back to second.
He got up for that ball and pulled down a one-handed line drive. Tried to double up LaRue at second, but Satchel was too far away from the base.
2 courts is up for Bay City. 2 outs, first and second. Mr. Arnold, high-quality human being, which you'll find all over up and down the Bay City roster. You can hear a couple of birds in the background as summer's on the way, kids. Pop up to the shortstop. Scoots collects with the ground because he muffed it, and that's going to move everybody up.
We heard a lot of people yelling tree over there, but that ball did not touch the tree. It actually got through the branches. Would have been the third out of the inning, but now they're having a discussion of whether it hit the tree or not.
It would have had to have hit it on its way up.
And it did not.
Because it definitely did not on the way down. From our vantage point, which is, by the way, always accurate, and people should ask us for our opinions.
Why are we not more involved in this?
I don't want to be. Adam Johnson up, little train.
Choo-choo.
Base is loaded. There's a pop to the second baseman. Satchel underneath. Catches it.
With his belly.
With his belly. And that's going to bring Bay City's inning to an end with a whitewash. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning, 16-3, still in favor of the Bear Clan Baseball Club of Flat Rock.
And we are approaching 15 minutes left in this match, ladies and gentlemen.
You got those batteries charging that you pulled out?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. The official time right now, it's 11:13. No problem. Glad to help. Flat Rock's going to be bringing up Drifter to lead off the inning. Oh, Jeff Kozlowski is here. He's in uniform. Looks like he's going to be playing with somebody.
I wonder who. Not us.
Oh, looks like he's playing with Canton. Or maybe he's just dressed in a uniform for the
podcast.
For the podcast. There's a pop-up into center field. Left center field. Twigs running away from home plate. Sticks his hands out. Makes the play. First down of the inning. I've seen better. Looks like the Bear Clan has decided to bat out of order. Okay.
Should we tell somebody?
Nope.
Okay.
That's not our job. But so that was Satchel on the first out. It should have been Drifter, depending on where the out was made on the bases, as Dozer made the last out at home plate. And in the lineup, right after Dozer is Drifter. That is an error on the Bear Clan.
I wonder if Bay City's going to recognize it.
Nope. They already would have. Mayor pop up to the second baseman, and it's going to fall in short. It's going to be a hit for the Mayor. And that's going to bring up Hoover. Now Bay City can officially play this game under protest.
They need to declare it.
And Hoover hits a ball into center field. That's going to fall in for a hit. Couple bounces of the center fielder. Going back up to the top of the lineup, it's going to be Duke for the Bear Clan.
Lots of information being passed behind us, folks, as you can hear.
As we are now a minute 14 into the hour and 30-minute time limit. And there's a well-struck ball in the left field for a base hit. That's going to load the bases up. Unless Mayer wants to test him. And, well, kid's got an arm.
Kid's got an arm. He just slung that thing down there. What a great throw, cut off by the Silverback, holding all runners. We got bases loaded here with Scoots at the plate. Got the defensive shift happening here. Center fielder's heading into right field.
As they're playing the line just about in right field. Scoots, dead pull to the right fielder. Right to him. Didn't have to move. Oof. There's a muff out in right field. That's going to score a run.
That's a tough one to drop right there.
So opening day. The opening day drops. Continue.
Only an idiot would put that guy out in the outfield.
By the way, where's he playing next game?
Center field.
All right. That's going to bring up Hammer for the Bear Clan. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Would appear we're probably not going to get a full 9 in, but we'll probably get 8. And Hammer's waiting. And there is a base hit into left field. Shortstop's going to go out there and corral it as everybody moves up a base. Hoover's going to score. Duke makes his third. Scoots makes his second. Hammer makes his first. 1 out in the inning. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes Tank. And there's he reached, and that's going to pop up to the shortstop. Tanner's going to get it, and there's also going to be a throw back to first for a double play to end the inning. Nay.
Right.
So Hammer's going to be the third out of the inning. Tank was the second out of the inning. So by that logic, Tank should be leading off next inning.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Follow the rules.
It would be helpful if they had someone keeping book, but it looks like that's not
Bay
the
City's
case.
got a book.
But Flat Rock,
Bay City has the best scorekeeper in vintage baseball.
yeah?
They do.
Okay.
Miss Heidi Krenz is the scorekeeper for Bay City today.
Oh, way to call her out for not doing her job.
What?
Jeez.
Sorry. I guess that's what I've done. Top of the 8th. Pony Boy. Palomino. Isn't that a dishwashing liquid?
San Pellegrino.
San Pedro Island. As he lets one go by.
Paloma at the plate.
Pop up to the second baseman. Satchel catches it with his hands. Don't ask us for information. We'll tell you about the screw up in the lineup. Twigs is up for Bay City, 1-0.
We are at the 10-minute mark left in the match here.
There's a beat into the ground, directly into the ground. That's a fair ball, but it goes backwards. So it's an unintentional fair foul.
Yeah, just own it, guy. Hit a fair foul.
It's It's not a real fair foul until you've put a family in jeopardy.
I mean, there's plenty over there.
Isn't there, though? So we got Kid Garcia up here as a runner on first. Flat Rock did put 2 on the board in the last part of the inning, so it's 18-3 right now. And there's a fly ball in the center field, collected by the mayor. There's a throwback to first. They're going to get him if...
No, he wasn't even paying attention.
If the first baseman would have collected the ball, that would have been a double play.
Wow.
2 outs now for Bay City. That's going to bring up Tick. Father of Pony Boy. The Tick and Pony Show. Ah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
And there's a pop up to the catcher. Out of reach.
Going to be a tick. Ball gets away from the catcher as we have a lull in the match here. We have, it looks like arriving to the field are the Canton Cornshuckers, and I think we have 1, 2, 4 Columbus Capitals. So we're off to a good start.
That's about right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
With you, that's 5.
That's almost a full team.
There's a half swing to the first baseman. Satchel's going to come over and get it, take it off of his chest. God, he loves a ball on his chest, doesn't he?
Gosh, he's holding his face. I wonder if that caught him in the face.
In the face. Twigs takes his third on the play. Tick takes his first. In the face. His face blocked his chest.
Wonderful.
But it's the effort that'll put you in that position. You don't want to get hit in the face? Don't make the effort.
Yeah.
Is that the lesson I'm teaching?
What's Tick going to do here? Do you think he's gun shy? Do you think he's going to run on Dozer? Not going to have the opportunity.
There's a grounder to third. Hammers up with it. The throw over to the getting the fleet-footed roll by 7 steps.
I feel like Silverback gave up on that whole offensive play once he made contact with the pitch.
Bay City whitewashed in the top of the 8th. This is the bottom of the 8th. This is probably going to be the last swings of the game unless they decide to call it and keep on schedule. Do we keep on schedule or do we pound stats? Which one are we going to go with?
Well, I think they're gonna definitely call it. There's no way that nope, they're gonna pound stats.
They're going to pound stats.
Yep.
He said we got a half an hour. Is it 2-hour limit?
It's 90 minute.
What time is it?
11:23.
It's 11:23.
And 90 minutes is an hour and a half, correct?
Yeah, we're 83 minutes into the 90-minute time limit.
And they just said we have 2 hours.
And he said we got
You do not have 2 hours.
He said we got another half an hour. And now we're pounding stats over the left fielder's head. Tank, they stuck with the lineup this time. Tank gets a single, the longest single I think I've seen all day. Dozer's up. The runner on first.
They are. I have a feeling that they're going to try and get a full 9 in. Dozer's being awfully picky.
Yeah, we're going for slugging percentage stats, and there's a fly ball in the left field, bounce off the left fielder's hands. That's going to bring everybody up first and second. And that's going to bring up Drifter.
Drifter's been picking on Tick Grayley over at first most of the day today. Let's see what happens.
Well, Drifter is Deadpool. So, as a pop-up to the catcher, it's held by Moonlight. And that's going to bring up Satchel, who took one off the face. First and second. 18-3 here at Hurock Park. First match of the day in the Flat Rock Invitational.
Silverback hasn't lost velocity as we get into the later innings.
There's a liner to the shortstop. Footed football down to third base. What are they saying?
There's Was he? He was out. He was definitely out.
The force was on. You had a better
Yeah.
view of that one. Tank's going to make the second out at third. Satchel makes his first. Dozer at second. That brings up the mare.
There's a bat in the field that they did not get from the
That's-
previous at bat.
Against the rules to have a bat on the field. Let's not do that. And there's a hit down the third base line that's going to get underneath the outstretched hand of Tomcat. That's going to load the bases.
Hoover.
It's going to bring up Hoover for the sixth time today here in the eighth inning. And there's a fly ball in the left field. That's going to be held by the left fielder. We're going to get a run scoring on the play. Throw goes in a second.
And that would be the third out of the inning.
That is the third out, isn't it? Look at that. That's what these pencil markings mean.
4 minutes remaining on the 90-minute game time. And it looks like we are going to just blow right past that.
Looks like we've decided to go behind schedule here at the Flat Rock Invitational. So,
Yeah.
honey, I won't be home for dinner. As we are at an hour and 25 minutes of the recording time that we've been in. So,
I mean,
that's going to bring up Tanner.
I was hoping to have some time to get prepared for my match, but hey,
Well, you can leave.
no, I don't.
I got Jeff Kozlowski right here, standing right behind us.
All right, This is Swamp Fox signing off.
Yeah. Well, and then you got to come back over. Should we put fresh batteries in, or what are we going to do?
Yeah, after this match, fresh batteries.
All right. Go see if you can find former Capitals to play too. We'd like to see a full game. All right. Thanks. So that's going to bring up Tomcat LaRue as Tanner makes the first out of the inning. Tomcat LaRue, older brother of Tanner. I believe we've said that. Michigan State alum. And there's a high one by Tank. You know, in situations like this, where you have a score the way it is, 18-3 in ninth inning, I don't know, try people at new positions. There's a throw over the first baseman's head by the second baseman. Mr. LaRue's going to make his second on that play. Just the opinion of this broadcaster, but you can never have enough guys that can pitch due to injuries that happen later in the season or in tournaments or whatever. So when you're up 18-3, you throw somebody else in there and give them some experience at that position, but maybe not. That's just my opinion. You know how much my opinions are worth? Nothing. That's how much I want them to be worth, by the way. I don't need anybody doing what I say. I don't need that responsibility. That's going to bring up Moonlight Graham. One out here for the gentleman from Bay City. Moonlight hits it into the ground with the shortstop. Scoots is up with it. Throw over to first. Well throwed. Well throwed? Is that English? A well-thrown ball over to first base. Drifter's going to bring that in, and Moonlight's going to be out. Tomcat's going to stay a second, and that's going to bring up the young left fielder today for the Bay City Independents. Choke up. AJ, choke up. It's high. This choke up is way high. There's a pound into the ground to the third baseman. Hammers up with it. Throw over to first. Well thrown ball. Well held by the drifter. And that's going to bring the Bay City boys' efforts to a close here And that's going to bring this match to an end. So we're looking at a final score here of 18-3. Flat Rock moves on to the next round to face the winner of the Columbus Capitals Canton Cornchuckers match. Thanks for listening, everybody. As they have their speeches, let's see if we can catch some of it.